The first philosophy of user proofing is called look before you leap. I'll abbreviate it LBYL, look before you leap. And basically, in this philosophy of user proofing, we are asking, how can I prevent errors before the error happens? In other words, if we ask the user to input something that's numeric because we intend to take that string that they input and convert it to an integer, then what we do before we convert it is we check to make sure that it's actually an integer. And then we convert it. Look before you leap, right? It's like looking both ways before you cross the street. Here's an example of how that looks in code. Okay, so what we've got is a while true loop. So we're trapping the user until they give us what we want, which is a really great way to do it. Then we're asking them to input or enter a number. Okay, enter a number. And then we're saying if str number is numeric, then we're going to convert that string. We're going to convert it to an integer and put it into int number. And then we're going to break out of the loop so we can continue with our code. That way we know that whatever's in here is definitely going to be an integer before we do anything else with that code. If they don't enter something that's numeric, then it's going to say that's not a valid number, and it'll ask them again, enter a number. It's going to trap them in this loop forever and ever until they give us what we want. So that is a very, very tight look before you leap scenario. There's no chance that they could enter something here that's going to produce an error. Zero. Now, let's say instead of just a generic number, we are asking them to input their age. Okay, we're asking them to input their age. Is it enough to just check and see if the age is an integer or not? Or should we be thinking about other things? What else should age not be? What's that? Well, that's taken care of by is numeric. But can somebody be 0 years old? No. So what if our program is calculating how old they were 10 years ago or 5 years ago? If they enter 0 or anything less than that, then it's going to result in a negative number, which wouldn't make sense. So we also want to think about how the number is going to be used, right? It's not just that it's an integer and we can convert it to an integer. Maybe there's more to it than that. So you always want to be thinking about what is that I'm getting from them and how am I going to use it later? Does it make sense? What things do I need to check for? So if I was getting age here, I might say is numeric. I might convert it to an integer, and then I might check to make sure, before I break out of that loop, I might check to make sure that age is greater than 10 or something like that. Just depending on how young you expect somebody to be using your program. Probably not like a 2-year-old or something. So you want to use logical ideas when you're doing this. But that is what look before you leap looks like.